Hey everyone, today I wanted to talk to you about my December Book of the Month pick, and that is A History of Wild Places. Now, this is not necessarily a bad book, but I do have to say this was not a book for me. And there's a couple of reasons why. If you're new to Book of the Month, feel free to check out my link down in the description to get your first month for just $5. And then after that, if you decide you want to keep up with it and you don't cancel, then it's only $15 a month afterwards, where you get to pick a hardcover new release book every single month for only 15 bucks. This one retails for around 30, so that's a really amazing price. So A History of Wild Places is a really cool mystery sort of thriller book, but it takes the thriller part out of there. And what I mean by that is it's definitely a mystery. You have a little bit of crime woven in through here, different aspects of a crime thriller, but it's at such a slow pace that you definitely have to stay interested in this, or you have to really sit down for long periods of time. Otherwise, you're going to lose interest. And that's unfortunately what happened to me. While we start off with a really strong opening to the book, a long opening to the book, might I add, the middle part of the book really devolves into almost this day-to-day activity of characters where you have to follow them along. Otherwise, you're probably going to lose interest and not care so much about the characters. That's not necessarily a bad thing if you really like slow burn novels, but for me, I like fast-paced, action-packed novels, and I thought that's what this was going to be. But having never read this author before, I was a little unsure going into it, and I've got to say, it's just not my style. So the story itself is about a famous author who writes a series of children's books that are really creepy. Some of her readers love it, and some of her readers really can't even get through it because it's so creepy with the illustrations and the story itself. Personally, that sounds like a book that I would absolutely love. But this author goes missing. Her family's unsure if she's just wandered off and is doing her own thing and maybe writing the last book in her series, or if she's actually missing. Now, after a long period of time goes by, they really start to think she's missing and they need some help. So they bring in a private investigator who has the ability to touch objects and see things. And I'm not going to give anything else away about that. That's probably my favorite part of the novel, is that it has this magical realism, supernatural type element in it. This novel very much reminded me of a couple stories mashed into one. I think this author definitely has their own style of writing, which I think is cool. Every author really should, to help them stand out and to differentiate their books from everyone else's. But I will say that I think this book really borrowed a lot from a story that I read years ago when I was a lot younger called Running Out of Time. It was a story about this society that was set aside and something bad happened and they needed to leave. I also think it really took elements of the movie The Village. When you read this, you will understand why. I think this is a cool story. I did enjoy the story, but I think it also could have been told in about half the pages and been a better book for it. I know some people absolutely love this story and they love Shea Ernshaw, and I'm not saying that they're a bad author, I'm just saying it's not for me. But definitely, if you're into those types of stories and you're okay with a novel that you know you're gonna have to sit down and spend a lot of time with, check it out. It's not a bad book, but I personally prefer very fast-paced books. And I think that next month, my Book of the Month pick is going to be something a little more action-packed and fast-paced to kind of even out this month's pick. So again, be sure to check out that link down in the description to get your first month of Book of the Month for just $5, free shipping, and you get to choose a brand new hardcover book. If you decide you love it and you want to keep it, it's only $15 a month after that. And if you decide it's just not for you and you really just wanted that free $5 hardcover book, that's okay too. Just cancel after your first month. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel and I appreciate it more than I could possibly express to you guys. Subscribe if you haven't already, because you are definitely welcome here, and I'll see you guys later.